What's up, comic amigos, and welcome to our Top Pick Show with the Team Nerd Herd. I want to thank you, and I want to appreciate you for giving us those subscribes and those likes over the last week. We really do appreciate it. But let's start with a little roll call. I'm going to pass this mic on to JR. What's up, JR?
Nothing much. This is JR, your Marvel nerd, your Star Wars nerd, your Kingpin fan. Next up, we'll go with Big Rob. What you got?
Hello, guys. This is Rob, Big Rob, aka Rob Starhaven on Instagram, and nothing much. Just hanging out with you guys tonight, and let's move on with Comics and Pops.
What's up, nerds? This is Alonzo, aka Comics and Pops, your comic book nerd and lover of pop culture. And we're going to be making our picks today. Over to you, Steve.
What's going on, y'all? It's Steve, aka Hip Hop's in Me, and I am excited for this week's picks. Let's get it going. I'm going to pass that down to Nick.
Yo, it's Cosmic Ninja here, Fireshell Comics, Marvel nerd and comic book snob. Yeah, I'm passing on over to who hasn't gone yet?
Ian.
Bring it back to Ian.
And what's up, guys? My name is Ian. You can find me on Instagram at HoodRatComics. So let's start off with me with my pick of the week. So my pick of the week is No Heroine. Pretty good name, for this book, I think, because it has to do with a person that's trying to get it clean, and she is a heroine. So pretty good play on words there. Touche. So let me read the synopsis that we have, because it's a number one, so I really don't know much about it. So let me read it. So it says drugs, vampires, punk rock. She does look kind of punk rock. And she looks kind of like Freddy with them needles. That shit scares me. Clawing her way to her 90th day of being sober. Kyla, that must be Kyla, sets out to find her missing friend, Sid, and one person she knows she can keep her on the straight and narrow. And the only problem, the gang of heroin-dealing vampires. Heroin-dealing vampires. Interesting.
That's a new low right there.
Right. That's crazy. That have him. So he's kidnapped. From the writer of 2019's breakout indie hit Dead End Kids comes a story of a young woman's recovery journey and one hard truth: not everyone is cut out to be a hero. This book is actually written by Frank Gogol, and I met him over at LA Comic Con last year, and he was a really nice guy, and I really enjoyed the book. I think, Rob, you enjoyed Dead End Kids too, right?
Oh yeah, that was a pretty dope book.
It was a dope book.
Kind of sick a little bit, but it was good.
Yeah, it was a dope. Yeah, it was sick, and it was a good book. It was kind of short. I think he could have stretched it a little bit. I hope this gets stretched a little bit. I hope it's not a 5-book series like that one, Dead End Kids. But this does look pretty interesting, and it has some great covers. So this cover is. This is by what is
Source
it?
Point.
Yeah,
That's a clean cover, man.
Source Point.
Yep. And this one's by I think one of JR's favorite artists, Ben Templesmith, right?
Yes.
JR's kind of into him.
Yep.
This is something that we presented before. I like this cover a lot. And then everybody knows who that's by. That's a Peach Momoko variant, and that's done by Hive Comics. And you had to order that pre-COVID, so there was only 500 copies of these. So I hope you got one. I think there's only $4.98 after me and Rob grabbed one. Did you get one, Alonzo?
I did not.
Oh man, how'd you miss it? Yeah, so
I just couldn't. I couldn't pull the trigger.
Yeah,
I could not pull the trigger.
It's always those, right? Like those ones that you don't pull the trigger on that are the ones that kind of escape. So
Yeah,
Well, I think they did a metal variant of this picture.
Yeah, metal.
Yeah, they did. They did.
10 of them as part of the Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are crazy expensive.
Yeah. You did. No one got that one, right? No one. I heard there was.
I was trying to.
One. Yeah.
There was a waffle for it.
What? Yeah. So I like the cover. I think this is an interesting book. I think I like the wordplay. When I first read it, I said, "No heroin." I like that a lot. At least it's no meth, because that's even worse. So moving on. Let's. What do you got, Rob?
All right, so we know who these guys are. This Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is issue 106. And this comes off a very, seminal or important book, the 105, where they introduced the Splinter Clan, which is the new extended family of the Turtles, and they name after their old, spoiler alert, deceased master, Splinter. So the Weasels joined the gang. I think that was their name. Their name was Xana, Mushroom, and Zinc. They joined the gang, and also was it Lopix, the fox, was also like romantically involved with Raphael.
First kiss.
Yeah, I know. First kiss, and they actually gave her a bandana, which I believe was a blue, like a powder blue.
I think it was like a greenish one.
Or I don't know.
Yeah.
Was like some sort of a turquoise or something. So she's part of the crew now. She's a ninja, I guess. And we left off on 105 with the little albino turtle kid named Lita, and she actually, at the end of 105, spoiler again, the future version of her presents herself at the end of the book, and she looks badass. She looks really cool. And that's where they left it off, basically. So they're going to continue from that point to 106. And according to what I've read, this is the introduction of a new villain. And I don't know how much of an important villain this is going to be. Is this like an overall extended villain throughout the next, several issues in this line? But it should definitely be interesting with the future leader being in the current world, and see what happens with the new villain. So it's TMNT. They got Jennica's hot. It's been hot for a while now, and it's you can't go wrong with Team Ninja Turtles. And the covers are always dope. The art goes great. I'll show some of these covers here. So there's your Eastman cover. Eastman always pretty much the basic, same simple drawings he always does, but it's a classic art. You see his art, you know it's Eastman. You can't mistake it. The incentive is pretty cool. It's just them going bonkers on the Mausers, man. It's just Janik on the back.
Old school 90s video game right there.
Yeah, they're going nuck and futz right now.
Look at Mikey with a slice of pizza on his belt, dude. That's crazy.
Save it for later, man.
This kind of makes you want to go to the coin arcade downtown and play, but COVID ain't good.
Colorist Juan Fernandez too. Juan is awesome.
So like after 100, a lot of people went on because everybody was speculating on the whole Jenica thing with 95, and after 100 hits and Splinter dies, you could see the buyer rate just slip on this book, and people jumped off the boat. But that was a huge mistake because every issue after that, there is key moments of new characters. They're building the new world, and all the new characters are going to be part of this whole there's all it's basically. The city became a mutant city. Everybody in the city is mutants, and they're kind of isolated and stuff. So all these new characters, new villains are going to appear, and there's all these new storylines are going to be part of the book. So I highly recommend going back and getting everything from 100 and forward, because that's a lot of good stuff.
People are slipping, man. I mean, it's with Splinter dying and everybody's grieving. All the turtles are grieving, and they're trying to find themselves like without Splinter, their identity, and I think it's going to create something new, and
they kind of give you a little bit of a sneak preview of how Raph is going to be in The Last Ronin, or what is it? Is it Ralph? Raph, or
they haven't announced?
They haven't announced it.
That's why I think it's going to be Raph, because he kind of is The Last Ronin for some of these first 5 issues after 100. So, because he's kind of isolated, just loner, he doesn't want to deal with nobody. Not until 105, you kind of finally.
Well, there's also a theory that it's going to be the 5th turtle that kind of disappeared at the beginning, that's going to be the new Ronin.
But Ralph's been kind of on. I mean, was it Donatello that's been kind of on his own, or Ralph?
I can't even say the word. Yeah, it's Raphael, not Ralph.
Yeah, he's kind of just doing his own thing.
His name is Ralph.
Ralph is just kind of he's separated.
Ralph.
Yeah.
So I heard that it's one of the original, because the other 3 passed. So there's only one surviving member.
That's what I'm thinking is Raphael, because he's already kind of playing this character through issues 101, 102, 103, 104. So my money's on Raphael. The possibility, Leonardo, I think odds are he probably went down to protect the team. And Mike, because he's just a numbnuts. And Donatello also probably. So I'm thinking it's Raph that survives, and he's the last Ronin. Unless they throw some weird, I don't know, curveball in there. It's Jenico or some crap like that, but I don't know. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be interesting because also I think IDW is kind of turning them into their flagship characters and flagship title, because they really don't have a lot outside of Turtles and some Star Wars and Marvel hand-me-downs.
Power Rangers.
Well, that's
G.I.
Boom.
Joe.
That's Boom. So you got G.I. Joe and Transformers. G.I. Joe is having a hard time catching on. I love G.I. Joe, but beyond like the hardcore, it's not really catching on. And Transformers, it's not been great. The writing's been subpar. So TMNT writing, what's it, Waltz, right? Who's the writer? I forget.
Yeah, Waltz is no longer the writer, it looks like, man. It's Campbell, huh? Or Eastman. One of the two.
Yeah, I got 105 right here. Yeah, it's Campbell.
Yeah, Waltz. What happened to Waltz, man? I dig Waltz stuff.
Maybe that's why it's better. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been enjoying since the end of 100. So I highly recommend and go back and hunt the 1 in 10s for sure on the last 5 issues. I would.
Yep. All right, and moving on to Steve. What you got, man?
This is another Upshot AWA comic, and it is writers Rob Williams and Ollie Masters. It is a crime noir called Old Haunts. The premise, this issue came out a while back. Issue 2 just came out this week, so I would highly recommend jumping on issue 2. But the long and short of it is 3 made guys that are retiring, and one of the members in the group does not want to retire.
Mm-hmm.
If it's all one, they all have to retire. So he's kind of having a moment of just kind of a meltdown. The group is kind of no longer close. They've all gone their separate ways, and they have a lot of secrets. So, I mean, they're whacking people. As I'm reading it, I just hear Joe Pesci, or I'm trying to, throw my Italian accent and get the fuck out of here, But,
Funny like a clown.
Yeah. Funny like what? Funny like who? But anyways, the story just breaks down where they're actually meeting in this burial ground that they've kind of whacked a couple of people, and they're just collecting bodies, and the story opens up with them just kind of burying somebody, and just this vulture, this skeleton vulture comes out and is haunting them, and it's their guilt that is in the beginning that is kind of torturing them. They're kind of is this the right thing? We did a lot of bad things, and FBI is on them. So I mean, it's an awesome story. I think it has some room to definitely grow within these 5 issues, but man, it got me from the beginning. Just excellent writing. So I would definitely recommend this.
Yeah, it looks like Upshot's coming up, huh? With some good
Oh
books.
yeah, man, they're really coming out with some good titles. So I anticipate more to come out of from them. But this book is awesome.
All right, so thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. And moving
Yeah, no
on,
problem.
what you got, JR?
So I've got the big Marvel event for the summer, Empire. Basically, the Kree and the Skrulls kind of went, okay, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be friends, and we're gonna go beat the shit out of everyone else. They're all kind of under one roof with Skulkling as the leader, and now it's seems like the Avengers have to go back and fight them. I'm not sure exactly where the Fantastic Four are going to fit in all this, because I mean these are their old villains. You got the Avengers or the Skrull War, so you got that whole thing going on. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go. They're just kind of setting up. They had one issue come out a couple weeks ago, and this is the second issue, but this is the Fantastic Four issue, I believe. So I think we're going to kind of see how their side of it starts out. And I guess somebody was saying that we're going to have some special appearance in this one, some key appearance. Someone was saying.
Yeah, I think there's a spoiler variant on this one.
See, I have not
There's
gone
a
to my
se-
shop yet.
There is a secret hidden variant going on, and you guys want to see it? So
Yes.
this is
man,
it's the
that's
cover
clean.
B. Is
That's
a
Finch.
yeah, Finch.
Love it.
So
And
what's
then we-
crazy about this book that they're actually going to release the second printing with all these first books for issue 1 because they're so
Wow.
behind. Because they're so behind.
Oh yeah.
Because I ordered the second printing is the best cover of the bunch, I think. But yes.
Yeah.
And then we got this is a 1 in 25 variant right here.
Okay. Why does Mr. Fantastic look like Keanu Reeves?
Question.
What are they saying, right?
Jeez, he does.
Why doesn't
the-
he?
Yeah, they're saying that he might be.
John Wick.
Well, yeah, but he might be Mr. Fantastic coming up.
Really?
I don't know, man.
That's
If
one of
you-
the rumors.
What?
So
Hey,
it's
if you-
not the guy from The Office, huh?
Yeah, if you mess up
That's
the
who it
guy
should
from The
be.
Office or the guy from the A Quiet Place, I don't know. You're just messing up.
Jim, whatever his name is, or John Krasinski or whatever.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that one.
it is.
Yeah.
So this is the 1 in 125, the Keanu Reeves special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have the 1 in 100 hidden variant.
That's the wide boy special. Look how wide he is down there.
That's the big baller special.
Yeah, that's almost a nod to Kirby.
He's wide like Ben Solo from
Man, that's such a sick cover. 1 in 100.
Oh.
Then,
Ben
then,
Solo.
So
then if-
you're telling me there's a chance?
then if you really want to bet on this book, you can get the.
That's a Magnolia,
the 200.
right?
It looked like Magnolia.
This one.
So
Magnolia.
why do we have a scroll head? I mean,
Draw a
that's
face. Draw a face.
It's a scroll chin. Yeah, it's scroll.
Looks like a chin.
scroll chin. Yeah,
You
whatever.
just draw your face on there, bro.
No, we don't need my ugly mug on there. I'd make it Yoda, but that's just me.
That would be pretty good.
I'll tell Peach from Moco to draw herself on this.
Hmm.
I could see that. Did you see that portrait that she did of herself?
Oh
that she has on
yeah,
Instagram?
the body
It
parts.
looks awesome.
Yeah,
That's the way
yeah,
to
that
go.
was awesome.
But that still doesn't show what's the who's the secret character or whatever.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't see it either.
Some bad guy like a chancellor or something, right?
It's Emperor
Bottom.
Palpatine. He's back.
Well, they might be renaming Hulk or Hulkling
And
as
wrinkled.
the Emperor or something.
Well, that's not a secret. Everybody knows the Hulkling is the leader of the new combined Scree.
But he may have
Free
took on a new
Empire.
name.
Possibly, but I think it's a different character, like a brand new character.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Either way, it's going to be a good storyline. I mean, the first issue is pretty good. I mean, it's Marvel. The nice thing is Marvel also, thanks to COVID, wiped out like 10 different tie-ins. So all the tie-ins that you didn't need to read that they wanted you to spend money on, they wiped out those ones
Mhm.
and kept
But-
the other ones.
But definitely check out In Hug Lee, the second printing. That shit is fire.
Oh yeah,
Before-
that's
I
a
got-
1 in 25th variant, right?
No, it's
Not
second
the
print.
second print.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. I'll have to look out for that.
And then I got JR's favorite cover.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Such a
bite
dick
me DC move. Oh, come on. You have to admit. And you know what? I'm almost tempted to buy a couple of these because you know there's going to be a low print run on this.
Nobody's
buy
gonna
one.
buy this shit.
But that's the thing, is it's going to be a low print run.
That's what I'm saying. You know what would be better? They would have
Especially
put a mask in the front instead of on sale Wednesday.
if they did this for like, what do you call it, Strange Academy or something. If they would have done one of these for Strange Academy #2, think about that. I mean, it's already a low print run anyway, and this is even lower.
Yeah. I would get a sketch on it of Deadpool slapping his head like what the fuck, you know? Like,
Part 1, I don't know. It's probably a high print run. I'm in part 1, but
Well, I don't know, because I know my shop was basically like, we're only buying these if people order them.
really?
yeah, but
That's the
Midtown
only way.
probably bought like a ton, and all the big shop, Golden Apple buys a ton.
Yeah.
It's #1 big summer series.
But
Yeah.
in all honesty, are you going to buy this, or are you going to buy the actual covers? What
I'm
would
not
you
buying
rather
this.
buy?
I'd rather
So-
I'd buy the cover.
If someone said, hey, you can have this one for 25, or you can have the 1 in 25 one for 25, what are you going to take?
I'm gonna piss on this and slap it.
So
this
I
is,
think
this is
there's
not
gonna
a
be
very,
less
this
of-
is not an incentive, is it? It's just a regular
No.
cover, right?
It's a regular cover.
But I'm just saying there's probably less of these ordered and less of them printed.
Oh yeah, I agree 100%. They're gonna be rare. Are they gonna worth anything?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just think it's a great little sketch cover where you can just tell the artist to like do whatever you want with it.
Build around it. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make it specific.
Yeah.
The DC,
Just draw a middle finger off of it.
I
Yeah.
know, right?
Hulkling's middle finger.
Little baby Yoda middle finger.
No, in the background, Batman with the middle finger. Fuck you.
Oh, that would be dope. That would be dope.
How dare you?
All right, moving on. Let's see what you got, Alonzo.
All right, so I have Spider-Woman #2. So I really enjoyed the first issue, and I thought the first issue was fantastic. I mean, it started with a fight, it hit the ground running, it hit so many points about the character Spider-Woman that I was looking forward to #2. But then again, COVID happened, didn't get #2, and I am chomping in my bit to get to this series. So after the cliffhanger from the first one, we find out that Spider-Woman isn't feeling very well. So Jessica Drew is sick. We don't have any idea how she got sick or anything like that. And this issue is supposed to kind of at least help us understand what is going on with her. And I also love her new costume. I think her new costume is sick. We also get some background about it in issue 1. Hopefully we get a little bit more details about the tracker that's embedded in her new costume. Again, love the new work, love the costume, and it has a number of banging issues or variants for this one. You have this one right here, you have the Marvel Zombies, and you have the Jenny Frieson, and then also you get JR's favorite. Oh, wait, the Juggernaut. Oh, sorry about that. And JR's favorite right here on sale Wednesday.
Sky Blue.
Yep.
Just
So that's
like
all
my
I have
car.
for this week. Moving on to
But
Well,
this one's kind of like Rob's favorite one, right?
Yeah, the first issue, we read it, man. It plays out like a film. It's like you're actually watching a movie, dude. It's
Yep.
really good. I highly recommend. And like him, I'm excited for issue 2.
And there's a Peach Momoko for #1. So
Yeah.
There's a Bruce Tim variant. There's a
I have
Bruce
them both.
Tim variant.
And there was a hidden variant as well.
Yep.
Mhm. All right. So moving on, what you got, Nick? What's our deal of the week?
Oh gosh. Okay, so I can't go too long on this show without mentioning Moon Knight. So,
Who?
yeah,
I
some
was
more-
ready.
Yeah, so some more Moon Knight, right? JR was right.
Or his PR agent.
Can't go too long. This is a confirmed TV show coming to Disney Plus. This is not a first appearance of Moon Knight, but is the first appearance of Bushman. And I'm going to butcher this, but Khonshu, right? That's the spirit which makes him Moon Knight,
Yep.
right? So that's a key first appearance here. They may not show Bushman in the TV show because of the Luke Cage character Bushman, but Khonshu is definitely showing up in the Moon Knight show. So this is a book that you can get raw for about $20 up to $50.
It's cheap.
It's pretty cheap. It's a little too cheap for a book from the 70s that also includes his origin story. 9.8s you can get for under 300, so there are around 250. When you compare that to other books that will happily pay 300 for that are modern, this is a book from this 1979, 1980. That is you can get a 9.8.
Not easy to get 9.8.
Yeah, they're out there though. There's only
Yeah.
22% 9.8 blue labels out there.
But they printed so much of it. Probably there's so many. That's why.
Yeah, there's I think there's 739 total 9.8s out there. But compare that to, I don't know, one of these first appearances from one of these young stars, like a Spider-Gwen or something like that, where there's thousands. This is a book that if you have an extra $300 burning in your pocket, you could go wrong buying other books. You could definitely do worse than this book. This is a book that I would expect to be around the $400 to $500 range once the TV show comes out. And it's a crazy, corny read. I don't know if you've read this book, but you can find it online, and Marvel, I think, gives it away for free. But it's the kind of read that you would experience where, the superhero says the most obvious superhero things. Like, this guy's a bad guy, I must get away from him. Things like that. And it's fun, because it's fun to hear about Moon Knight and read a character. But it's definitely a cool collector's item.
Yeah, man, I think everybody's kind of looking the other way right now on Moon Knight anyway, because all the other news. But
You know, they cast an awesome Jewish actor to play Moon Knight. Look out, guys! These books are going to skyrocket.
It's just the time to get it now because Comic-Con's around the corner and that shit. If they announce the actor and all that.
Well, it's going to be interesting also to see how they play out this show, because I have a feeling they're not going to reveal his god until the last episode. I think,
leaving at least, like a cliffhanger.
Well, I think at least the way I would do it, because he's a schizophrenic. He has all these different personalities.
They're right there on the cover.
Yep.
Right. I think what they're going to do is they're going to play his god as another personality at first. And you don't realize that until the end that, oh, this guy is real.
mhm.
That this is a real god that he knows of. Because I don't think they're going to go take him to was it Egypt?
Egypt,
Where he gets his thing.
Mhm.
I think they're going to modernize that a little bit.
We'll see.
But I think they're going to play up they have to play up the schizophrenic thing because that's what makes him.
Mhm.
You know, it'd be really cool. I don't know who did that run where he thought he was other superheroes.
Brian Michael Bendis.
Right, and not just this, where he thinks he's, I am, the taxi driver, the rich guy, and that kind of stuff. That stuff has been played out. It would be kind of cool, in this MCU connected universe, if he thought he was Spider-Man or he thought he was Captain America, and
That would be cool.
and that was the 10 episode series where we think we're seeing Captain America. We know we're not, but I don't know. There's a lot of cool stuff they can do with this character. This book is undervalued. According to Go Collect, it's right now down 7% on the CGC 9.8.
The
People
dip.
seem to be buying up the other grades. Yeah, it's
I will say I'd like to see him in. I love this costume, but the Warren Ellis make of him in the suit.
Oh yeah,
is
Mr.
just pimp.
Knight.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's what they call
he's
him.
like his pimp.
That costume.
His pimp
is
hand's
just-
way strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another key underrated book. It's like New Avengers something
Mhm.
about the first Mr. Knight.
Well, he's currently the antagonist in Avengers right now, so he's pretty dope in the current
Yeah.
one.
Mhm.
Well, even as much as, and I don't like Jeff Lemire, but that Jeff Lemire run that was after Warren, because they relaunched it with Warren Ellis, and that's the first appearance, I think, of Mr. Knight with the new costume when he relaunched it. They followed it up with Lemire and kind of exploring more of the god and everything.
Mm.
That was an interesting run because it just kind of, we realized he has a kid and stuff and trying to normalize him a little bit. But I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of great stories that they could do with him. I just hope that they do it right. I felt like when they did Legion, it was just too out there at times and it's too cerebral. And I'm hoping that they don't do that with this guy.
Yeah, I'd like to see it like be a cross between Punisher and Batman, with a little bit of Legion sprinkled in.
What's being produced by Feige, man? I believe in him, bro.
Oh, I do too.
Touches it, gold.
But we'll see. I mean, Marvel's still Marvel has not come out with a bad thing yet. It's bound to eventually happen.
This is the most interesting of all of the Disney Plus shows, in my opinion, right? Because I feel like we kind of know where they're going with Miss Marvel. It's going to be, fun. It's going to be family oriented. We kind of know where they're going with, She-Hulk. It's going to be like, awesome, and it's going to be maybe some law stuff involved.
Law and Order.
Yeah, Moon Knight. We could be getting like, a gritty nighttime, closest
Like
we can get to
Daredevil.
Daredevil, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, closest we can get to Daredevil will be Moon Knight until Daredevil comes.
Well,
back.
isn't what was it? Daredevil was appearing in somebody's show.
Well, the rumor is Daredevil's going to show up in
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
well, the movie
No,
Spider-Man, but She-Hulk.
yeah, She-Hulk.
Because he's a lawyer and she's a lawyer.
Yeah.
That's the rumor. But I mean, to me, the WandaVision's the most
Yeah, to me
most
that's
groundbreaking one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
And
Multiverse, bro.
And the one thing
Yeah.
I think about Disney is like I watched Hamilton a couple times this weekend, and there was a lot of shits in there. Like I was like, dang,
Yeah.
Disney's letting it fly.
And
So
he almost
you
said
just never
the
know,
F
man.
word a couple times too.
They would say, bah, and they would
Yeah.
stop them. But if Disney's willing to let that fly, man, like let it fly with Moon Knight.
Well, is Moon Knight Disney Plus or Hulu?
I think it's gonna be
Disney
Disney
Plus.
Plus.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, they get the logo and
Blade,
everything.
Blade's gonna be there too.
I thought it was Hulu. I heard it was Hulu.
No, I mean it's. So far, we don't know if anything for sure going to be on Hulu, because we all think that they're going to put the Daredevil and that
the
whole
Dark
Netflix universe.
Yeah, the whole Dark Universe, the Ghost Rider, Son of Satan, and
That's Hulu.
that's Werewolf by Night, all that. And Moon Knight to me is part of that group. I would think he would
Well, he
go Hulu.
has.
Those guys are like D-list characters though. Compared like Moon
But
Knight is
it's
a solid
Dark.
B.
It's kind of a hard
It's a
genre.
solid B.
He's a
More
solid
like a C
B.
plus.
C plus.
Moon Knight
Okay.
is
Yeah.
Okay. Does yeah.
Quicksilver is a B.
Hellstrom. He's not Hellstrom. Hellstrom is way down there.
F minus for Hellstrom.
But it's not the character. It's the actual genre they're playing. And Moon Knight to me is more of a darker, grittier, kind of a horror vibe to him a little bit because he's kind of a psychotic dude. And I would think you fit more with that group than Disney Plus.
It definitely makes more sense to be a Hulu show. Thing is, the fact that they announced it for Disney Plus at D23 last year is so interesting to me. Like, I agree with the most groundbreaking and most cerebral is probably going to be the Scarlet Witch one. But, like, what gets me up to watch Marvel stuff is I like that Marvel Knights, street level, climbing on rooftops at nighttime, taking down bad guys in the alley stuff. And this better be it.
Until you get Daredevil.
Until I get Daredevil back, then great. Yeah, Daredevil's great. I would love like a dark Spider-Man series like that. It'd be awesome, right? The Alonzo knows.
I'd be on board.
Ben Reilly.
As long as it's Ben Reilly, yeah.
Oh, Ben Reilly series, sick.
That was good.
But I mean, I think they're good. Like I said, I was gonna say, WandaVision's gonna be your big movie universe crap, and then they're gonna do other stuff that's gonna be more family friendly. But Moon Knight it'll be interesting. It's gotta see what angle they take on it.
More like the Mandalorian, I think. It's gonna be more, gritty, or try to be.
Hey, just one quick note from the top picks. The one book that no one's talking about I think might be big is Savage Dragon 250. Comes out this week.
Oh yeah.
What's going on with Savage Dragon? I don't follow that.
Neither have I.
I 240. I read 240. I haven't read 249. He's not doing too well. I think he's gonna get knocked off.
Didn't he get knocked off anyways? Like, he died before, didn't he?
Because the citations for the books afterwards don't make sense. It's like some random little Elseworld stories they're doing for 51, 52, and all those books. So I don't even know they're real actual books, or they just want to be like little vignettes, I guess, in the comic book format. So I don't know. It seems like Savage Dragon 250. There's a possibility that he might go. But I don't know. That's just my opinion.
You know what though? There might be some truth behind it. That's only if he stops doing the writing and the artwork, because isn't he doing something for Marvel?
Yeah, I think so.
Right? He's doing something for Marvel coming soon. I
think so.
Right? So there
remember
could
hearing
be some
something.
truth into that. Possibly.
Well, we'll probably hear something more about it in a couple weeks with the
Because even
Marvel
this
panels.
solicitation for this book says, "Is this possibly the end?" So if that actually happens, this is a super short print run. There's no one's buying this. No stores are buying this book. Even when they got a lot, even for this one, they got a bunch of artists doing they have the most covers ever done for this book is 7 covers. So even with that, it's still super short of a run. So if you see 250 on your rack, I would recommend picking it up because that might be something going on.
Now, did Spider-Woman come out this week as well? Because I don't see that on my pull list.
It's coming out next week.
Next week.
Next week, okay.
Next week.
Well, thank you again, everybody, for joining us for our top picks of the week. We really appreciate it. And if you can do us a big favor by hitting that like and subscribe button, we'd really, really appreciate it. But again, I got to turn it over to our man, JR. And you want to tell us a little bit more about our Facebook and Instagrams?
So we have our Facebook. We have our Instagram. It's Team Nerd Herd podcast. Go there. We have stuff on there. Like it and subscribe to it on Instagram. We go there. You can see, talk to us. A lot of us comment on there. I think we need to get Nick to comment on there more. I'll have to start talking crap about Spider-Man more, I guess. We've been talking about Hamilton this last week. We're all taking our shot with it, I guess.
Excellent.
But yeah, it's a great show. If you haven't seen it, watch it. But other than that, I think that's about all we have. Anything more we got to say, Ian?
No, I think that's it. Facebook and Instagram, Team Nerd Herd podcast. And I'm going to turn it over to, let's see, Steve. Take us away, bro.
Oh, if you guys want to do it right, collect what you like.
Nice.
DJ Abomination.